Okie dokie. Over here, in the top right of Daybreak, he is our champion of the previous GSL. He is...
StarCraft Live.
Fighting for his life in this game. Alright, down here in the bottom left, a great Zerg player indeed. He is...
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
Alright. I'm pretty excited to see how Soulkey plays here. I haven't gotten to see enough of Soulkey. He's one of the Zergs that I'm actually really interested in right now. You know, I'm really interested in Life. Leenock, I already know that guy. He's been around forever. I get how he plays. It's still awesome and everything, but Soulkey and Life, these are actually like two of the new Zergs on the block that are bringing some exciting new stuff to the table. Of course, Leenock always doing that, but you know what I mean. Come on. Give me a break. Alright, so as far as we have this going, it's pool first against gas pool. And, well, you know, Soulkey's going to be completely safe against this. This is like a very conservative build he's doing here, pool into hatchery. It's going to allow him to get his queens out relatively quickly, and you know, he'll have lings out actually even before Life does. Life, though, with that quick gas, of course, can get his speed quicker, and you can't underestimate speed. If you have a Zergling speed and you time everything out right, it just finishes, and suddenly, bam, your Zerglings are in their base, they don't have two queens on the ramp. You can get a lot of good scouting, a lot of good intel done, keep them on the run, maybe force some lost mine time, maybe pick off a drone or two. You never know. Could happen. But we do have very quick speed for Life going down. Now, we do also have him scouting this. So he sees that he's upgrading, knows exactly what's going on. Didn't go any further because he's afraid of that queen popping out quickly. And that's pretty smart. If you lose one of these, if you lose one of your first like 4 or 5 overlords in this matchup, it is so unbelievably painful. To the point where a long time ago in ZVZ, back when the overlords were slower, people would make an extra queen a lot of the time, and sometimes even if they didn't make an extra queen, chase overlords that were too close to their base, just chase them and kill them. Because the queen could do that relatively quickly because the overlord was slower. And look at this, Soulkey showing his StarCraft 1 micro. That is how you'd play ZVZ in StarCraft 1. Like the StarCraft 1 is almost completely ZVZ that looks exactly like that. Both of you keep doing that over and over until you get to mutas. So anyways, we actually have him pooling lings here. Now, I'm not 100% sure this will work because he already knows speed is on the way, and there aren't any lings being shown by Life. So that could be an issue. I'm starting to wonder if Life didn't see the Overlord. I think he must have. Yeah, he had to have with the hatch in the behind and how close he came. I think he did, but this is kind of a tricky, sneaky little move where you pull a bunch of lings and then suddenly you just go and you just rally lings across the map and try to kill your opponent. He does have good production for it, but a lot of production for Soulkey. He's making a lot of lings. He has a spine crawler. He has 2 queens in the ramp. I don't think this is going to work for Life. All right, he is trying to get in here, running around. Oh, gonna pick off one drone and oh, doesn't quite get that single one. And we do see a lot of lings for Soulkey coming down. And this has been pretty ineffective so far. And with the Baneling Nest finishing up here for Soulkey, he can easily make a couple Banelings. In fact, he's trying to trap these lings in here. If he can zone these lings to stay inside and make a couple Banes, he might be able to go in and get really cost efficient. In which case, this is going to be terrible, terrible news for Life if he loses all that. If he lost these couple groups of lings, Soulkey can just put on constant counter pressure and likely kill him. Well, Life does get out of there. Nice, swift move. He is up in drones slightly now, 24-20. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay. He's just trying the best he can to cost efficiently trade lings for Banes. And now Soulkey putting on the pressure of his own, and without a spine crawler there, Life could be in a lot of trouble. And Life does have a Baneling Nest, but he is not morphing any Banelings right now. That could be an issue. Oh my god! All right, well, Life ended up getting dealing with that just right. Might call it a little bit of luck as he ran away just before, but that seems to me like it was just really well timed. He had vision with that creep tumor, I believe, of when they started morphing. He literally got out of there in the last sync with those lings. Because if those banelings had hatched right in there and killed off all those lings, that would just be a boon to Soulkey, knowing that you've killed off so many lings so efficiently. It's a lot of larva, a lot of money put into those lings. It's something that gives life still some sort of semblance of map control here. Now, Soulkey is going for a layer, whereas we have double evolution chamber going for life. Now, life, I think he's going to be going roach with this, but there is another style that, in my opinion, my favorite to watch, not necessarily the most powerful, but my favorite to watch, mass upgraded. Oh my, that was a really good try. Didn't quite work, but a really nice try there. But okay, and it is exactly what I was going to go for there. I'm kind of all over the place right now trying to describe action and these strategies, but life is going for melee and carapace. Now, this is one of my favorite things to see in the matchup. If you go heavy upgraded mass Zerglings with Infestor Tech, which I believe is what he's going to end up going for here. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's based off counterattacking your opponent and constant threatening of counterattacking. It's really hard to pull off because if they can cost efficiently stop your lings, their army should be stronger than yours. You know, if it's some sort of roach-based army or whatever. Now, but the thing is, it does a few cool things for life if he gets to pull it off. He has really great upgrades. He has a lot of infestors, and he can transition into Ultra Infestor like super easily. And it's a very powerful late game combination because infestors are like the best unit, right, that Zerg has, but they don't really do anything against Ultras. So if you have those two things together, as long as you watch out for Greater Spire, you're going to be fine. So it'll be cool if he ends up doing that. Doesn't necessarily have to, though. He can get the melee upgrade and still go for something else. And in fact, he is getting the Infestation Pit and a Roach Warren right now. Nice forced cancel there, by the way, by Soulkey. He is getting his own third base right now as well. Now this Roach Warren, we'll have to see what he's making this for. It's not 100% clear yet if he's actually planning on making a lot of roaches. Alright, and a lot of drones going down there. Very well done. Meantime, life is trying to counterattack at this third base. Now, basically, Soulkey is doing some damage to life over on this side of the map. He is now up by 7 drones after that. As far as the Zerglings go, of course, life is up a bit. And Soulkey is actually going to finish up that third hatch way ahead of time because he did force to cancel his opponents, but saved his own. He also has his Infestor energy finished first. So right now, Soulkey looking a little bit superior, but life is getting in here and seeing what he can get done. And if he can kill this hatch off, then he'll go ahead and take a little bit of a lead. And in fact, that's nice Zergling micro right there by life. Really well done. And now Soulkey getting a little bit outclassed, but he is trying to trap these. Oh my god, this is stressful right now. If that Baneling could possibly hit, but it can't. Oh my god, this is such good micro going on by life. Oh my, what am I watching? And he ends up actually getting a decent amount of Zerglings, but he came so close so many times there. More Lings coming down, but the roaches popping out for Soulkey. It's not quick enough. And now life doing a great job. But in the meantime, Soulkey forced another cancel over here. This game is absolute madness. Notice he did bring 2 Lings down to the side. Those are going to be 4 Banelings, which are morphing. He just wants to keep his opponent busy while he morphs those Banelings. We'll see if he can get that done. In fact, he cannot. Life saw it. He sent some Lings over there. And he is, in fact, making a few roaches as well. Now, this roach attack by Soulkey, I don't know about this. He has to be really careful if he attacks with just pure roach at all, because while roaches are kind of good against Zerglings, a small group like that, with nothing else with it, will get destroyed by Infestor Zerglings. So he has to be very, very careful with how he uses these little roach attacks, especially on a long map like this, where life can prepare when they leave and be ready when they get there. Okay, so right now we have 48 drones each. 3 queens against 2 Soulkey's lead. This hatchery gets canceled again. See, these moves are so powerful in ZVZ. But to go back to the units, only 4 roaches right now for life. 15 for Soulkey. Now, 6 infestors against 5 with life in the lead. As far as production goes, we are having a switch into roaches for life. So it looks like he's not going for the mass sling infestor style. That has kind of gone out of style recently anyways. I'm not surprised that we aren't seeing it. But, you know, I like that he got that melee because you notice he keeps forcing cancels and whatnot. These Lings are still very valuable. Look at this. He's going after this Queen, and those Lings are dealing 20% more damage because of that really cheap upgrade. Really well done here by Life to knock that out. Very impressed. I'm really actually liking the fact that he got that before the ranged attack, which wouldn't be useful yet anyways, because he hasn't really used his roaches. But with this attack incoming, he's going to want that ranged attack done. Right now, Infestor counts, it's a very important thing to keep in mind. 7 against 8 with Soulkey in the lead. He is up by a few drones as well. Nice fungals going down by both sides, but killing the Infestors, that's a little bit more valuable for the long term. That was a nice one, though. Good set of chain fungals going down. And in fact, I'm surprised Life is trying to break out down here. You gotta be careful against that concave. And some really superb fungals going down. You know, I feel like Soulkey slightly outplaying Life so far this game, but to be honest, I like what Life is doing very, very much here. Now, Life is down to 3 Infestors because of losing all those Infestors on the ramp, and that's a big issue here. Even though he's slightly up in roaches, that doesn't matter as much. In fact, he just walked over those burrowed Infestors, which could cause a problem there moving forward. But if he gets caught trying to do something like this, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Because if you lose 5 Infestors for free, that's pretty game-changing. But again, Soulkey already killed off a bunch of Life's Infestors at that ramp, so maybe these Infestors not as important now because of that. Even if he loses these, you know, he has a ton to gain, and if he loses them, back to even, whatever, as far as Infestors go at least. So, right now, let's take a look. 68 drones to 63. They're both droning up again. They should be ending up... They should be stopping their drones pretty soon here. Generally speaking, when you start hitting over 70 drones, it might not be as useful in ZVZ. For a lot of scenarios. In some it would be. You know, if you happen to get up to that situation where you actually want mass spine crawler with Infestor Roach, you know, those people that like to go ultras in that way, then something like that, it makes a lot of sense to make, you know, 70, 80 drones, sometimes even more than that, but maybe not here. Okay, so looks like we have that 4th base going up for Life. Life has gone up to 71 drones, 67 for Soulkey right now. Looks like they're both about comfortable where they are drone-wise. We do have for Life the Hydralisk Den coming up. Hydralisk Den, a hotly contested building at the moment in this matchup. Some people are going for a lot of them, so hold on though. We do have Infested Terrans coming up. Dealt with very well by Life, no big deal here. And those Infestors ended up not doing as much damage as he wanted. Well, I guess these ones up here did alright. And so far, Soulkey's killed 20 drones this game, which isn't bad. And it looks like he's about to kill Queen as well. Now, anyways, back to the Hydra thing. You know, it's funny because Hydras, yeah, they add a lot of damage to your army, and in head-up fights, the right composition with Roach, Infestor, Hydra will beat the best composition of Roach, Infestor. But at the same time, you're not as mobile, and it feels more like recently to me, and some people I've talked to, like, you know, the mobility of the Roach Infestor army is superior in a lot of ways, where you can just outmaneuver the Hydra player by, you know, you send a little group to attack somewhere. What are they going to split off? Because you need very specific unit composition numbers to utilize Hydras correctly in the right battles. But anyways, let's talk about that a little bit later. We do have Soulkey setting up at the top of this ramp. He has to be careful because anyone who walks down or up the ramp walks into a concave, and that is exactly what you do not want to do here. By the way, right now, both players are maxed. 3 drones more for Soulkey at the moment, 66 against 63. 57 Roaches against 41, Life in the lead, but 13 Infestors against 7 Infestors with Soulkey in the lead. So Soulkey down in Roaches, but up by 5 Infestors. So that is an interesting thing. Also, we have 12 Lings out for Life, which aren't going to be useful in this battle, but for counterattacks can be. So all very interesting things going on. And here we go, a huge battle going down. A ton of Infested Terran eggs going down. I don't know whose are whose. Oh, a lot of those are Soulkey, apparently. And those Infested Terrans just going to town right now. He has a ton of them out. 27 of them out right now. And that is a lot of damage. In fact, you can see Life. He's falling in supply drastically at the moment. And Soulkey with a huge lead in that area, but His Infested Terrans are running out, and Life has a lot of roaches down here right now. In fact, he does have more roaches right now than his opponent. As these Infested Terrans dry up, Soulkey is going to have to back up. It's okay, though, for Soulkey, because he is rallying in a lot more. His economy's looking great. His supply is looking fantastic. Throwing down a lot of Infested Terrans. Those ones aren't going to be any use. But he is pushing down right now. Some Lings even being added in this composition at this point. And it looks like, well, he's almost out of energy right now. Beautiful fungal growth going down there by Life. But will that be enough to actually change the tide of this battle? I don't think so. He's pushing forward a lot more. Oh my god, that's a sick money fungal. If he could do a few more of those, it would be amazing. But it looks like he's going to lose his 4th base. And GG! Soulkey taking down Life. 2-0 to open up this match day. Really strong play by Soulkey. Superior play by Soulkey here. Life, have we seen a little chink in his armor? He looks like he's a little bit stressed out by that. You know, that's rough. He's the defending champion. In fact, he's the only champion left in the Code S right now. So if he doesn't get through, man, we are having a new Code S champion. Normally that doesn't happen. Normally we just have someone from LGIM win, but this season could be different. Could be a Kespa player even. Who knows? All right, guys, that is our first match. Our next one is going to be Leenock against Symbol. That'll be after this 5-minute break, so don't go away.